Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. As you see right here, we see AEW celebrating 200 episodes of Dynamite. It's been that long, almost 4 years of Dynamite. Man, we'll get to it coming up. We also get a first preview of what's going on of the AEW main event for All in London. Won't believe that. Plus, two, you won't believe this. A living legend, Rob Van Dam, shows up on AEW. What is RVD doing on AEW? Won't believe what RVD has to say. We'll get to that coming up as well. Also, too, breaking news and hot topics as well as the Dynamite Ring report. The Elite has re-signed with AEW. We'll get the details on what's going on. All this and more when the Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kid Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation as we do the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. Like I said, what AEW been all this time. We see Ken Omega playing with his guitar. He has good reason to. Also, too, a huge women's championship match as well. Toni Storm defends her AEW women's title against no one contender, Hikaru Shida. The Hikaru Shida emerged victorious. We'll get to it in a minute. Like I said, joining that conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to a friend, tell a friend, call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right. We're going to get things started with this. The AEW Ring Report. So, to show what had happened, we'll show this. All right. This is what happened tonight. Okay. Oh, no. That's it. All right. This is what happened tonight. A lot of moving parts. We're getting updates on what's going on. So let's start with this. We know that this was the match. Jon Moxley teamed up against he win a triple threat match. Anything goes. Jon Moxley, Trent Barrella, and Penta. What a match that was. That was the opening match, a match that you never thought you saw coming. But we did. Moxley and them won. But you can tell on Trent Morella's face, this war is far from over. And you can tell the war is far from over. As Trent Morella, the best friends, they're gonna have to get a little bit extreme and rugged. But you can tell the best friends want to get their hands on Moxley and stuff. So we'll see that coming up down the road, however that's gonna be. Also, too, speaking of the 200, Chris Jericho teams up with Takesha. Takesha and Chris Jericho team up against Sammy Guevara and Daniel Garcia. You know, Jericho is Guevara Garcia's mentor. Well, we know that Don Callis and Chris Jericho has some kind of partnership or friendship going on. That partnership and friendship going towards leaps and bounds. But at the same time, even last week, when Don Callis even presented Chris Jericho with a painting of themselves with the Bad News Brown, looking from a sky above, saying that they're going to roam the streets. Well, we know that Jericho has been having problems of late. Well, a lot of folks, Jericho got a lot going on for him. Even his teammates are turning against him. So it's a lot going on for Jericho. Jericho has to put that together, and we'll see. Well, Jericho won his match tonight. Didn't want to do it, but it kind of looked like Jericho and Don Callis could be having a partnership going on soon. I don't know how that's going to entail eventually, but we just have to wait and see on how that's going to go. But Jericho kind of seemed a little bit, you know what? But we will wait and see Jericho and Don Callis. We don't know where this friendship, this so-called relationship's going, heading that way. But Jericho and Callis in the midst of it. Only time will tell on that. Oh, not show me. Not Jericho and Callis. What that's gonna show me again. Jericho and Callis on what's going on with that. Well, speaking of that, we know Jungle Boy having issues with Jerry Lynn, and Jungle Boy being the FTW champion, and how that's going to go, develop his own heel persona. Well, Jungle Boy did not see this coming, and I really didn't see it coming, but it kind of makes sense. We saw the debut, and I mean debut, of RVD. RVD is now AEW All Elite. I guess we're gonna get a picture of RVD coming to our elite. RVD already making a splash. Even meet the future, the past, meeting the future. RVD with the high fly aerial move, innovative moves, and now Sammy Guevara doing it. RVD back into the swing of things. Tony Khan making the announcement on the Twitter saying tomorrow is the 27th anniversary of RVD versus Sabu, the scratcher match. I was there with my dad when I was 13 that night. One of my favorite memories. And Chris Jericho last night, ECW. Great to have Chris and RVD here at Dynamite 2000. So I guess 200. So RVD getting set to challenge Jungle Boy. Well, Jack Perry. You don't want to be called Jungle Boy no more. He wants to be called Jack Perry going forward. So RVD and Jack Perry for the FTW Championship. Jack Perry trying to grow him a beard and trying to grow him a stash or whatever. It look like he's serious. Jungle Boy Jack Perry don't know what he's getting himself into. Even RVD told Renee Young, that hey, Jungle Boy don't know what he's getting himself into. RVD still got those moves. We'll see if he can move like Jagger, move like his old self. No, RVD kind of lost a little in his step, but we had to wait and see. But I'm looking forward to RVD versus Jungle Boy. Well, Jack Perry, I meant to say. I'm so used to calling him Jungle Boy Jack Perry, but it will happen next week for the FTW Championship. Well, we got a taste of the MJF and Adam Cole. You know, MJF and Adam Cole. They will have their match at All Out. They'll be for the World Championship, but maybe MJF and Adam Cole, they couldn't win from Saturday at Collision, winning the tag team titles away from FTR. And Roger Scroll is always the middle, like the middle person that's trying to get Adam Cole to have sense. But Adam Cole and Roger Scroll having friction and stuff. What's going on with them? But like I said, we know now it's official. They might be best friends, but eventually MJF's gonna turn on Adam Cole. Adam Cole's gonna be so gullible and naive not to believe MJF. Can't believe MJF when it's for his title. Hopefully, there will be a turn eventually. It's gonna have to happen sooner rather than later for them to get this turn going for the world title. We have to wait and see, but the world title is that important to MJF, and MJF is not gonna let that world championship go slipping right off his grasp right now. So Adam Cole right had to get himself together, but we now know at all in from London with MJF versus Adam Cole for the world championship. So we'll see that match. Hopefully, be some twists and turns before All Out. You know how that be. Also, too, the Elite, the Young Bucks and Ken Omega. We'll tell you a little bit later what happened to them. Well, we can tell you now. They have officially re-signed with AEW. There was all this chatter and all this talk about the Elite leaving AEW, may had go to WWE, but the Elite said that that the reason why they staying in AEW because they want to spend time with their family, spend time with their person, and then AEW has more of a life schedule. like how TNA was. WWE was like WWE. You on the road 24/7 constantly. So I understand the elite want to spend time, have family, be family men, and live their lives and live the best lives. The elite now, sticking with AEW, re-signing their deal. The elite staying on for another 3 years. Rest. I didn't get why Cody didn't stay, but hey, I think Cody should have made up his mind. I think he made a terrible decision. If he don't win the title at WrestleMania, he made a terrible decision. He wanted to be like his dad, be a journeyman. Look where they got him. The elite know that they work from WWE, knowing that WWE might not push them away how Cody been pushed. They'll push them, and then they just just motion keep you down, hold you through their tongue. The elite kind of knew with the elite on that. You know, people with more signing multiple deals. Also, too, the Dark Order signed a deal. Dark Order re-signed as well. They're going to be staying for another 3 years. Dark Order staying around. Congratulations to Dark Order as well. All right. This was the main event. The main event of the evening was Toni Storm defending her AEW Women's Championship against Hikaru Shida. You know, a lot of criticism has been going on since like Busted Open. A lot of people online and everybody else saying that the women's division has a certain spot, a certain time, and then they don't pay enough attention to the women's division. I think Tony Khan knew that, even like Toni Storm knew, it's time for a change. Toni Storm took on Hikaru Shida in a grueling match. Toni Storm looked like she was depressed and frustrated. She was trying to figure out ways to beat Hikaru Shida. But you know what? Hikaru Shida, with a roll-up victory, Hikaru Shida has become the new AEW Women's Champion. Ms. Calvin says she's the 9th AEW Women's Champion in her second reign. So congratulations to Hikaru Shida. Hikaru Shida was the Pandemic Champion, and now Hikaru Shida wins again. So congratulations to Hikaru Shida on her victory. Big ups to Hikaru Shida and stuff on how that's gonna go stuff for Hikaru Shida. All right. We're going to end Wrestling Hot Topics right there, too. We're going to move forward to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, we're talking about this. Vince McMahon, the WWE chairman, has been issued a warning by the U.S. government. You don't even know what's going on with that. Vince's closest friends as well, Donald Trump, being hit with indictments and lawsuits as well. Good God. Vince and Trump, Donald. Why they didn't do this to Vince McMahon and Trump in the 90s, what they did with Vince in the 90s? Why they didn't do this when they were starting their rise in the 80s or the 2000s? Why would y'all wait 40 years later to try to charge these men? These men, kind of like almost in their 80s. They're kind of past their prime. They started a lot of shit in the 80s. Now they finna be in their 80s. So it's just kind of weird. Vince, a lot of people saying everybody's being held back, but you know, Vince don't always have a thumb in that company regardless. And you can't get rid of Vince McMahon, so right, it is what it is. Also, too, we're hearing from the Bump. Kayla Braxton, a longtime host of the Bump, announced that she will be departing the Bump. She'll be focusing on other activities as well as SmackDown, the backstage ring announcer and lead analyst for the kickoff show. Kayla Braxton giving the baton to Megan Morant. Megan Morant, his name will be, got that dude's name, but they will be hosting the Bump now going forward with Kayla making appearances every now and then. So Kayla Braxton is good at her job at the Bump. So it was time. Also, too, that's kind of it. We got everything going. We talked about RVD making an appearance. Didn't see that coming. We heard rumors and scrambling RVD was coming, but now RVD, the whole Elfin show is coming. He's in AEW. Looking forward to seeing RVD in his championship match against Jack Perry. Next week we'll get to see that. Also, too, we talked about MJF and Adam Cole. being the first match for All In, London for the World Championship. Looking forward to seeing that match as well. And to the Elite. The Elite, as we signed with AEW tonight. So 4 on the Elite we signed with AEW. They're sticking around. So here it is. And now, finally, Hikaru Shida is now the new AEW Women's Champion. So congratulations to Hikaru Shida. So we're going to end that right now on the Pro Wrestling Show. We'll see you Friday for the SmackDown Ring Report. Then Saturday we'll see you for the Collision Ring Report. A lot going on. So stay tuned for the Pro Wrestling Show for the final 2. And then the SummerSlam predicted outcome. Man, there's a lot of wrestling going on. So we'll have Collision / the SummerSlam review show. So look for that. As well as we'll predict the outcome of a lot of loaded Pro Wrestling shows this week. 4 shows, or 3 shows you had me going on. So look forward to seeing it. So for me being Kid Dick, I'm going to leave you with Hikaru Shida as the new AEW Women's World Champion. I'll see you for another this weekend for all Pro Wrestling show content. Look forward to it.